William Branham was a 20th century faith healer that went on to claim that he was a prophet sent to the Gentiles. Now, in order to establish his prophethood, one of the ways that he did this was actually declaring that he had visions in 1933. Now, these visions later went on to be called the 7 prophecies, which is something that a lot of people in the message are familiar with. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the message, it is the cult following of people that follow William Branham, also known as Branhamites. So let's steelman the position. Branham reportedly had 7 visions in 1933, including the rise of fascism, a beautiful but cruel woman rising to power in America, technological advances, moral decline, and events culminating before 1977 that would result in the end of the world. Now, his followers and himself argue that all of these but one were fulfilled, proving his divine vindication. Now, it's important to remember that when we're talking about prophets, there is a biblical standard for whether or not they are actually from God, particularly when you're talking about the ones from the Old Testament, which functioned very differently. And remember, according to Branham's claim, he claimed to be an Old Testament prophet sent to the Gentiles. So, what we need to do is take Deuteronomy 18 and examine it very clearly. Deuteronomy 18 says, if a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord and it does not happen, that word was not from God. This is important to distinguish. Not mostly happens, not symbolically happens. When we look at prophecies in the Old Testament, we see very clearly that when God spoke through his prophets, they happened to the T. God leaves no wiggle room for, well, it kind of happened, or, well, actually, if you think about it in a symbolic sense, no. Particularly when it comes to the messianic fulfillment of prophecy. It has to be specific, word for word, bar for bar. So next episode, we're going to examine the 1977 prediction, because that one matters enormously in context to all the rest.